Here are our most memorable stories about people who tried to be their own cosmetic surgeons. As a reminder, don't try any of this at home. First, we have a home lip enhancement hack that many regretted doing. In 2015, the so-called Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge had people using simple suction from a glass to make their lips swell. Cheryl Underwood spoofed the craze on the talk. The goal was to look a little like Kylie Jenner, whose fame was on the rise. But Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Mark Manny said this challenge was not the best idea.
They can break blood vessels, and then that can create scar tissue that's permanent, so it can create lip deformities and problems that they're going to have for the rest of their lives.
Inside Edition's Megan Alexander spoke to Zoe McGuire, a teen from Iowa who did the lip challenge, and ended up looking like this. Days later, her lips were still black and blue.
What about some of the doctors that are now coming out and saying, this is dangerous, this could cause permanent damage?
Well, I really hope other kids don't do this, now that they see how damaging it could be.
And this woman's lips swelled up after she attended a so-called Botox party. Rachel, a 29-year-old British woman, first had Botox injected into her forehead. Then she had filler injected into her lips. But Rachel says the woman doing the procedures didn't have the proper training. A few hours later, Rachel's lips blew up several times bigger than normal. Cosmetic surgeon Dr. Norman Rowe, who had no involvement in the incident, explains what went wrong.
That injection might have injured this artery, so now she had no blood supply to the lip. It can lead to swelling and excruciating pain, both of which she had.
Rachel rushed to the emergency room, and doctors dissolved the filler in her lips.
Botox and fillers are medications, and they should be injected by a medical professional.
Here's another beauty treatment gone wrong. In 2016, a teenager had this painful experience with a charcoal face mask.
I felt like my face was gonna come off with the mask.
At the height of the craze, some people made charcoal face masks at home using ingredients like Elmer's glue. Dermatologist Dr. Lisa Iron told Inside Edition,
I don't think it's a good idea to put charcoal and glue on your skin. This should seem obvious, but somehow it's not. It can cause redness, irritation, and in the worst case, a loss of skin.
Glue was also used to try to fix this man's head wound. He split his head open in a skiing accident, but instead of going to the ER, he had his brother close the wound with super glue. The brother made this claim to Inside Edition.
Healed perfectly. No infection, no complications, super clean scar. It was perfect. He said it's the least scarring he's had from any head injury, and he's had plenty.
Dr. Rashini Raj said this was a bad idea.
Everything should be done under sterile conditions. And the glue that was used, I mean, this is not meant for human tissue. So if you need stitches, go get the real stitches or staples from the hospital.
We're going to place it just between the eyebrows.
This 56-year-old woman gave herself an at-home facelift using packing tape.
Lift. We're going to lift and pull and cross over.
Here's a before and after. She seemed happy.
Amazing, amazing.
Ugh. DIY cosmetic dentistry is also a thing not to do, according to New York orthodontist Dr. Christina Carter.
You just don't want to be doing that at home.
Dr. Carter winced as she watched a video of a woman making at-home tooth straighteners.
This is terrible. And so many bad things can happen. You can lose your teeth, you can have gum infections, you can actually have that floss go up and then you can't find it and they have to surgically remove it. This is a major medical health risk.
The American Association of Orthodontists issued a consumer alert saying that DIY dentistry could result in the permanent loss of teeth and lifelong dental problems. When he was 8 years old, David Campbell tried to fix the gap in his teeth with a rubber band. This was the result. Decades later, David is still dealing with problems related to his DIY procedure.
I would highly recommend that no one ever do that.
This model from Canada almost lost her eye after trying to tattoo it purple. The morning after the procedure, Kat Gallinger's eye swelled shut. She was treated with steroid drops and antibiotics, but she still experienced blurry vision. Kat took to social media to warn others.
I just really hope that people take this as a lesson, and that's all I want. I learned it. I had to learn it the hard way, and I would hate to watch anybody else go through anything like this again. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Don't risk it.
And in this flashback story from 2008, a man accidentally turned his skin blue.
Were you around my shade before?
Yeah, probably a little lighter.
Paul Carrison wanted a cure for his flaky skin. He drank a supposed home remedy of silver and water, and when he rubbed it on his skin, it turned blue. A few years later, shortly before his death, Paul told Inside Edition he'd fallen on hard times, in part because of his blue skin.
People are rather reluctant to hire blue people or people that are noticeably different.
This is InsideEdition.com.